Once upon a time, there was a beautiful little bear house deep in the woods with a river running by. On this particular day, the mummy and daddy bear are sitting outside having a cup of tea. And around the back of the house, well, there were the two little brothers, Bennie, the little blue bear, and Tommy, the little brown bear. Tommy is just a little bit bigger. He's about a year older. This particular day, Tommy says to Bennie, "Come on, little brother, let us go and have an adventure. We are going to go to Mummy and Daddy and ask if we can go in the boat to go down the river." "Mummy, Daddy," says Tommy, "please may we go down the river just to have a little picnic?" Mummy and Daddy say, "Okay, but don't be too long." So they hop in the little yellow boat onto the river. Bennie says, "Tommy, I like to sit in the front. Is that okay?" "Certainly," says Tommy. "I'm the big brother and I'm going to take you down the river." And off they go, swish, swish, swish. The current is quite strong, and they end up in this beautiful blue pool. And a little bit further on, there is the picnic mat. They're going to have a little picnic. Off they get. And Tommy says, "Wow, look at that. I see some really nice hamburgers. Gobble, 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 gobble." And Bennie says, "Oh, I'm going to do the same as my big brother. Gobble, 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 gobble." And he has some of that one. And then Tommy says, "Well, actually, look at that chocolate cake. Oof." And Bennie says, "Oh, I'll have some of the smaller cake. Oh, they're nice and full now." Now, what happens? Well, in the distance, Tommy looks across the river and he sees some little children there playing under a tree. But then he also sees 3 rather large animals, and they're guarding something. He goes up to them and he says, "Good morning, sirs, Mr. Crocodile, Mr. Elephant, and Mr. Hippo. I see that you are looking after something." "Yes, we're the guards of the treasure," said the 3 guards. "Oh," says Tommy, "what are you guarding?" "Well, that's a secret, isn't it?" "Well, I'd love to see," says Tommy. "Well, I'm afraid you can't." So Tommy said, "Oh, all right." So then he trots back to his little brother and he says, "Bennie, I need your help. Please, you're going to come and distract these 3 guards while I go round the back and have a look what's in that treasure chest. It might be very valuable." "Okay," says Bennie, and off they go. And there's little Bennie, who's such a sweet little thing, and he's very charming. And he says, "Well, hello, guards. My name's Bennie, and I'm just a little bear. I was wondering if you could tell me about yourselves and what you all do. So you, Mr. Hippo? I've never seen a hippo before." "Oh, well," Mr. Hippo starts, and in the meantime, Tommy goes around the back, right around. He sees some horses. "Oh dear," he says, but the horses seem quiet enough and they didn't make any noise. So then he quietly comes up to the treasure box and he sees inside there's some rose quartz. "Oh," he says, "Mummy would love that." So while little Bennie is still busy talking, and now he's talking to Mr. Elephant. "Mr. Elephant, could you tell me about your long trunk? I don't know much about that." And so Mr. Elephant started. Meanwhile, Tommy grabs the treasure box and he takes it over to the boat and he quickly puts it in to the boat. But then he thought he'd better take the box back so that it's not going to be missing. And then little Bennie is still busy talking. "Mr. Crocodile, oh, you've got such a long snout and big teeth. My, but you've got such a handsome snout." "Oh, thank you there, Mr. Bennie," he says. Tommy then comes up behind him. "Little brother, I'm feeling very tired. I think it's time we went back to Mummy and Daddy. You know, we really must be getting home. Thank you chaps very much for talking to my little brother." And off they go into the boat. "We've got to row quickly," says Tommy the bear, and off they go down the river, down the river, down the river. And they quickly get back to Mummy and Daddy and they say, "Guess what we've got? We've got the treasure, the big treasure, and it's especially for you, Mummy," says Tommy. And there they take this beautiful piece of crystal quartz and they put it there at Mummy and Daddy's feet. Thank you, children. Thank you very much. And that's the end of the story for today.